Closing as many frames as requires to be played as the same time within elapsed of milliseconds. This is a good job if you know how to draw your own objects, and want something else like watching your objects in movement. Rigged specialists, when you have your 3D objects ready but without any animation till the moment, you need to start creating the bones for each character. That is the way to make it as real as possible. Once you have rigged the body, then this is the time to move its bones to create a static movement that will be inside a frame, and when you have for instance 10 frames, you can render them to see the final animation. Blender is one of my favorite tools to implement this feature. Graphics effects specialist, people that are good creating explosions, the effect of the sea when the waves are moving soft or hard, the wind in the tree, a Euro trademark S leaves, raining, sunny, special buttons for GUI, graphic user interface, and more. A Euro, it is impressive to control a huge variety of effects, and later you can reuse them in more games. This is in fact a good quality resources for your stuff. Level designer, this position is so amazing due to you have the opportunity to mix everything, environments, objects, sky, floor, houses, enemies, players, GUI, and start creating a menu. A Euro, choose level. A Euro level 1. A Euro level 2. A Euro level 3. A Euro. A Euro, it has the advantage to see a preview of the whole game with each modification, and they know about physics, collisions, gravity force, lights, shades. A Euro, everything combined with programming languages, C#, C++, JavaScript P are the most common for game development. Number the @RT of making games 22 of 40 programmers. There are the A Euro Korea Euro trademark from whatever game. If you do not have this, people, you cannot create anything real good. They job consist on creating the behavior for each player, create the changes between day and night, save the information of the state, your actual level, all your achievements, connect with the internet to send analytic information, or sharing the info with social networks, manage all the process from the first screen till the last screen, in brief, letting users to feel that they control the game in an easy way. AI, artificial intelligence, this is one of the most desirable jobs in this industry, that people who give to the environments, players, objects, a realistic view, making them possible to do whatever action just learning from a list of cases. And for example, you are in a shooter game, and you need to defeat your enemies, but they have a defined A Euro AI A Euro trademark for walking around the selected area till they detect you in its sensors, and change their behavior to run, attack, jump, run, jump, shoot, or whatever action they have in its artificial brain. It is so awesome because a good AI could be what make the differences between one game and another. Light and shades specialist, as we told about A Euro, or a graphics effects specialists. A Euro, this people used to be an expert in this concrete functions. They are specialized only in lights environments, day, afternoon, night, storms, sunny, objects, point light, directional light, area light, A Euro dot, as well as shades that can be soft or hard. It depends on the genre of the game, like games for children, or in contrast like horror games. They have a good imagination to create a good atmosphere, without losing the main goal of the game, just to combine with a good performance. Number the @RT of making games 23 of 40. Sound designers, when you are creating a game you will need sound for almost everything. I mean, when an special effect appears like an explosion, the sound makes it more real. When the main players say something they can laugh, cry, scream. A Euro, if you have animals like dogs, they can start barking, and in the scene you can have a background sound too, so as you can see, it is a difficult job, because you need to be as creative as you can. For the reason of improving the final quality of the game. Testers, for whatever game you need your QA department to test the whole game from the beginning till the end, with all the possible settings. With all the platforms that you want to make a release, with all the devices that you will use, with all resolutions, at the same time that you try to break the game using special techniques, like disconnect from the internet, be with a lack of space in the device, and more. Producers, those people who invest in your game because it seems to be a worthy idea, and they want to earn at least the double of the investment in a short/medium period, it is a good opportunity to find whoever wants to be your Game trademark S producer, even more than one producer. Could be a fantastic situation. If you trust on your product, they will trust on their commission for sure. Marketing specialists, here you have got a new concept that is called SEO, App Store Optimization. This is oriented to digital sales. You ought to have someone that knows how to put your product in the top 100 in less than 2 months. Nonetheless, there are some times that it takes more time to be with a high visibility. Remember that a high visibility of your game is a mandatory function of your marketing person, unless you will get so hard to have downloads or sales. It is important to have this issue clear for the main step of being your own company. Number the @RT of making games 24 of 40. Sales agent is the main accountant that is looking for the market trends, to know what is the most common in the ranks. A top downloads, a top sale, a top revenue, a top family games, a top sport games, and who is aware of the analytics of your product using a dashboard to look up the downloads per week / per month / per year / national downloads / international downloads / national sales in IAP / international sale in IAP and more. Number the @RT of making games 25 of 40. iGame engines. Nowadays in our society we have a huge amount of tools to develop games with awesome outcome. However, I cannot know all of them, so I am going to explain the most important ones. 1. Unity Engine. 2. Unreal Engine. 3. CryEngine. 4. Zero Engine, DigiPen. 5. Amazon Lumberyard Engine. 6. RPG Maker Engine. 7. Vicious Engine. As you can see in this short list, there are 2 game engines that are the favorites for whatever indie game company, and even for those Euro trademark games, big companies Unity 3D and Unreal. First of all, we are going to take Unity 3D and explain in detail all the significant information of this great game engine. It consists on a free edition, with premium edition that costs $1,500, final price, without an expiration date. You have also a monthly fee, but it is better to start with the free tool till your revenue reach $100,000. Once you achieve it, you are required to pay the cost of the product. Once you installed it, you have a beautiful environment for 2D or 3D development. You have to choose this setting when it runs the first time that you create a project. It is an advantage to know any programming language like C# or JavaScript for using Unity 3D, but it is not a must do because you have source code snippets in the own page of technical documentation that is easy to copy and paste following the steps that are indicated, although it is good to study these languages for a better development capacity. Number the @RT of making games 26 of 40. Secondly, it is necessary to enter to Unity 3D Asset Store with your user and look for some resources for your project. Here you have the chance to download 3D models, environments, 2D sprites, textures, complete projects, templates, artificial intelligence scripts, sounds, tile maps, and more stuff. You are able to modify later whatever item that you have Download it and use them on your game. Thirdly, you can release with Unity 3D for free in Android, iOS, Mac, PC, Linux, Windows Phone, Tizen, WebGL Euro, and of course you have PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo special packages for that purpose too. Although you have to pay for them. Showcases, a Euro a Pokemon Go a Euro, a Euro a Monument Valley a Euro, a Euro Aries and Shiny a Euro. In contrast to Unity 3D, there is another good option to choose when you decide to create a game that is Unreal Engine. In fact, there are a Euro EAAA games a Euro like a Euro Batman Arkham Asylum a Euro or a Euro a Street Fighter V a Euro. It is obvious that has become easier year by year to use this engine due to the lack of programming knowledge for the game. You have blueprints that are linked with diagrams to manage the events of each player, enemy, environment, and all the details of the whole game. Moreover, once you ship your product to whatever store, you will pay 5% of commission by default when your gross revenue is up to $3,000. Nonetheless, the game engine has no other cost for you. One disadvantage of this game engine is that you have a few resources free for your game, and you will need to pay in order to get good stuff. And one advantage is that you can find information about creating a simple game quickly just by going to YouTube and look for a small project. How is made? Number the at RT of making games 27 of 40. Unity 3D engine. Unreal Engine. Number the at RT of making games 28 of 40. I designing your first game. We have arrived to the main part of this book. Congratulations, you are ready to learn how you can create your first 2D game, and for instance, we are going to create a Euro a casual game a Euro, oriented for mobiles and tablets, and it is time to choose the genre a Euro Tower Defense Euro trademark. So with everything clear, we are in the situation of developing a draft. As I decide to choose this genre, we ought to draw a long path with towers in both sides of it. Apart from that, you are able to put trees, grass, animals, or whatever you want to make it more attractive. Next step is looking for resources in the internet. Here you will need to find your sprites, tower designs, players, enemies, then textures, trees, grass, stones, walls, lake, mountains a Euro. You have now arrived to the moment of designing with your favorite a Euro or a graphic design tool a Euro, the tile map of the main level. You will export this picture as PNG in 1024x768. Classic mobile screen resolution, or higher in HD, 1920x1080 PC, Mac. Second step is to create a random point in the game to spawn your enemies repeatedly with an interval of time. Later you should create a Nodia Euro trademark. Way to draw the line where these enemies need to follow is a basic artificial intelligence, AI, don't a Euro trademark. T forget to put the start point and the end point in the scene as PNG arrows. This will make more clear the direction to follow. Number the at RT of making games 29 of 40. Third step is joining everything. Put your enemies and check that they follow the properly path. Drag and drop your towers with weapons in the correct location, and now you need to programming in C# the tower behavior using a script, when touching or clicking it, for attacking the enemies. Fourth step is when you test the game in your mobile or tablet, to find any bugs and fix them before submitting to the store. Example. Number the at RT of making games 30 of 40. I publishing your first game. As we mentioned before, we are in process of creating a binary with your final product. It is a compressed file with everything required to work on whatever defined platform, so imagine that you can release it on Android. Because you have a Google Play license, these are the main steps to achieve this goal. 1. Creating the screenshots, think if they are impressive. 2. Creating the video, add a YouTube link. 3. Composing a long description, explain your game in 20 lines. 4. Composing a short description, 2 lines. 5. Creating your Euro keywords Euro trademark. 6. Freemium or premium, free, IAP, announcements Euro. 7. People that can play it, everyone, plus 7, plus 18 Euro. 8. Countries for downloading, national, international. 9. Languages to be translated, English, Spanish, Italian, Chinese Euro. 10. Adding your professional web, showing all your stuff. Number the @RT of making games 31 of 40. Marketing your first game. It is high recommended to have a look at Euro or so Euro information, in which you can learn to use the correct keywords, choose the correct name for your game, design a great icon in order that it will appear in whatever users search and it takes your attention. Apart from that, you should have social networks, and be accustomed to use frequently them, so you can create a Facebook page exclusively for your product, use Twitter to put a comment about it, use LinkedIn to speak about your new creation, use forums from your country or from other countries and write a sentence with a link to your game page. Be proud of your game, speak to others happy with your idea that you have become it into a reality. It is important for everything you do in your live, stay happy, and this happiness will spread as the sea breeze. Number the @RT of making games 32 of 40. Evaluating downloads and sales. Analyzing your data is a good way to manage your downloads and finance information in an Excel where you can figure out all your business information, as well as using by business intelligence. You can have a look to an overview of your game real-time data, but remember one thing: you will receive the information related with a delay of 24 to 48 hours always. The Google User Panel is ready to show you the information as a dashboard, and export it to Excel, as well as PDF. The main point of this issue is not losing the control, because if you are lucky and start receiving thousands of downloads per month, you will need to handle this situation with calm, and perhaps contract someone to help you with this difficult task. Just remember this sentence when you start waiting for downloads. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And you just did it. It is more important to let people know how great are your games at the beginning, than putting the attention in earning money quickly. It does not work in this way. Do your best and the result will come back to you when you do not think about the result. It works in this way. Number the @RT of making games 33 of 40. Deciding to work in big companies or on your own. Making up your mind, it is not an easy task. I know what I mean. You have to start working in a small company doing whatever small task related with video games, but if it is not possible in your local area and you cannot go abroad to do this job, just take a job to improve. For instance, your programming experience with C# or C++, or your design knowledge of 2D or 3D objects. In this way you can focus your professional career. However, if you do not find anything in this scope, just work in whatever you want, and in your Euro or free to me Euro, start creating your own games, and in 2 or 3 years you will have your own stuff apart from your daily job. The most important to know before making the question of big company or freelance, is to have some games ready on whatever store. This will be your portfolio that you will be required to give in future interviews. Now is time to answer this question. You are more specialized on a specific task, for instance creating 2D sprites and the animations with them, so this can be worth so as to work in a Euro company designing all the 2D objects for their new games. The difference of being working for someone or being your own boss is that you will do the same task repeatedly and you are able to get tired about it, and look for another company to be paid more for the same job, or just try to build your own Brand and create everything related with a video game on your own. In fact, you will be more comfortable when you take in account of your achievements. Number the @RT of making games 34 of 40 is up to you. Just follow your instinct and try to work hard in your dreams, and soon they will come to you as offers, or a possibility to hire a small local and write your story in this industry. The best choice is always the hard way to find, not the easy way you are looking at the moment. Be brave and fight for your desirable future job, position, or create your own business with style. Number the @RT of making games 35 of 40. Resources for games. When you want to find free or paid resources for your game, these are useful links. https://www.gamedevmarket.net/ https://www.assetstore.unity3d.com/n/ https://www.unrealengine.com/marketplace https://www.turbosquid.com/search/3D models/free https://www.blendswap.com/ http://www.freezound.org https://www.textures.com/ http://www.defont.com/es http://www.freezefx.co.uk. Here you will find textures, 2D sprites, 3D objects, animations, sounds, fonts, and more stuff for your product, or just to test how it is made and practice with good resources for modifying them, or to create a template on your own purpose of improving your experience developing video games. Number the @RT of making games 36 of 40. Remote tasks that you can do to increase your experience. If you need to improve your experience in video games development, I will recommend you to start looking for remote jobs. You have a lot of pages dedicated to this goal. There are people with huge apps or games that cannot finish everything on their own, so they will contract someone to help them with some modules, or just to create an icon, something small. This could be a fantastic opportunity to you to learn more quickly, as the same way as you earn some money. Useful links. http://www.unity3dwork.com https://www.freelancer.com https://www.upwork.com https://www.linkedin.com https://www.cybercoders.com https://www.crossover.com number index https://stackoverflow.com/jobs/remote developer jobs. There is always an option to take a part-time job /full-time job or hourly job or a defined target job. Once you start working, you will find an easy way to reuse your own source code for other projects. This is how you can manage more than one project at the same time. Number the @RT of making games 37 of 40. Gamification is a technique which consists on helping something that is hard to be learned, like subjects from the high school, and recreate them as games. You can have the educational aspect as well as the game scope, so if you are a student, you will feel happier to learn playing rather than reading old classic books of history, mathematics, Euro. It is one of the best ways to start working in the video games industry by searching for gamification projects and take part on them. Number the @RT of making games 38 of 40. Create your stuff and make a backup. You will work with a huge variety of tools, and you will create more stuff than you could imagine before starting developing games. As a result, All the files, pictures, objects, scenes, sounds, complete games, accountant information is going to be stored in your PC with a dangerous threat of losing it due to a Trojan or a physical mistake, drop water, electronic failure euro. For that reason you must manage this situation with an additional hard disk to store your data. In the same line you can back up this information to the cloud, for instance using your Gmail account. But this is not the unique thing that you have to do. Remember to differentiate when you are selling games in more than one store to have an special copy of each of them with the signal keys that you should have to publish on production scope. Number the @RT of making games 39 of 40. Tricks to create awesome games. There are no tricks, you need to look what do you really love developing. Start with enthusiasm, dedicate every day at least 1 hour to finish something, speak about your ideas to your best friends or family, but not listen to their advices, because they can put you in the wrong way. Trust on your capacity of resolving problems, just do your best, finally follow